Welcome to video number 3. In this video, I'm going to show you how I apply Resonix Guardian inside my door cavities to be a sound absorber and noise barrier. It is so important that we put sound absorption inside doors, and I've done that in all of my previous audio builds that you can see in my other videos. And then in the subsequent videos, we'll do some more deadening, and then we'll do some more sealing up of the doors. And after we've done that, we'll install speakers, and I'll do the door cards, and I'll treat those with fiber mat. I'm going to show you all of that. And as a reminder, this is a 2023 Camaro SS. So make it sound awesome and make it quiet. So we've got CLD on pretty much all of the interior door surfaces, the outside skin. We haven't done this yet. Because we're going to wait. We're actually going to do our Guardian on here first. Now, I've gone ahead and pre-cut Guardian into the pieces that I need. So like these thin pieces here, they're going to fit inside like that. I did that on the other door, and I'm doing it on this door for that same reason. It's a bit of a pain to kind of work these in, but it's possible. And then we have these. Now again, we want to work in as large of pieces as we possibly can get away with, because we want a contiguous piece all the way down. And we know that we're going to run into clips and cables and things that are going to be in our way. But again, we want to work with the largest piece we can, just like we did with the deadener, right? I put a piece of deadener back there, and I kind of started to peel it, and then I kind of worked my way in there and then peeled it off while I was inside. We're going to do the same thing with this stuff. Now, what I found is you almost remove it entirely, so it's pretty loose. That stops it from fighting you, because once you get it in there, you gotta start peeling it back. And if it's still fully adhered, then it's going to mess with you, and it's going to fight with you, and it's not going to want to do what you want. There's a clip in here that I'm trying to work out so I can get some clearance to work. There we go. Obviously, anything that impedes your work is going to be annoying. So now that I've got this sheet loose, I can kind of get it back in here. And once it's kind of back where I think I want it, I'm going to work that piece of adhesive protector off. Because once you stick it, you don't get to redo that effort. Once it's on, it's on. You will not be able to take that off. If you try, you'll just simply tear the foam, right? So you'll separate it right there. And you don't want to do that. Now, with the adhesive on, or the protector on, obviously, we try to see like how big of a piece can we fit, all that kind of stuff. Now here, you want to be cognizant of the window mechanism. Now we know that this obviously is more than 2 inches thick, and that means the window follows this track. So as long as we're not sticking out past this, we're fine, and as long as we don't go too high up, we're fine. I'm going to take wow, I can actually get a pretty good sized piece there. And remember, we're going to pre-remove, just so then that way it doesn't fight us. And you can see how comfortable my hands are. You can also see the back of my shirt. Illinois Sound Quality representing. Which is honestly pretty fitting for something like this, because you wouldn't do this for any other reason except sound quality. I mean road noise. If you just wanted a really quiet car, if you said, hey, what if my car, as you can see, this is really easy. What if my car was a Bentley, or made by Bentley? So that piece goes all the way from here to here, which is awesome. Like that's exactly what I need it to do, right? That's the size piece that I need. Now, I pre-cut all of these because I've done this on the other side. And I did it on the other side first, because I thought that would make sense. So I'm gonna have a little piece here I'll have to cut in. I just kind of butt them up against. I want 100% coverage. I don't want partial coverage, I want 100% coverage. So I kind of hold it off back a bit and then butt it up where I want it and then peel back. Rotate forward. And that, my friends, is how we piece this thing together. So we are going to keep doing that. I'll get this piece infilled. And again, you got a couple ways you can do that. You can kind of say, I'm just going to eye it up, or you can take a tape measure and say, okay, it's 4 inches. Looks like 4 inches will fill that. And it's currently sitting at about 6 or so. So this piece is currently at 8. It would go up a little higher, which honestly would be okay here because I want to get another piece in. But I want to make sure I get a piece up here, a strip up here before I fill this in, because remember, we're trying to work from inside to outside. So speaking of, I got these little thin pieces. Same kind of thing. Pre-removed to pre-loosen. And on these, I find that if you kind of just get it close, you almost get it inverted, right? You can kind of peel that back off, and then you can flip it around. And it tends to not fight you too terribly much. You just gotta be careful, because you only get one shot. And flip it around, and get it straight down. Now, could I skip this section? Yeah, maybe I could. Maybe I could skip it. It doesn't want to bend, but it is a barrier and it is sound absorption. And I like both of those things. So I figure I'm here. Why not do this section, right? Now's my shot. And you'll find there's a lot of that thinking going on, right? Like, while I'm here, why not do it? I know that it's providing sound absorption no matter what. And, you know, are these perfectly aligned? This one's a little bit flatter, that one's a little bit angled. That's fine. I'm not actually worried about a lot of sound coming out of here. I just want as much sound absorption as possible. I mean, remember, I'm a fiberglass and the doors guy. You know, 100% coverage. You can see the video that I have on my 14 Accord when I revisited it. And what are you going to see? You're going to see a ton of sound absorption, because that's how I roll and what I believe cars need. I believe doors need this. This is a vital step. This isn't an optional step to me. Sound absorption to me is absolutely vital. There we go. That one stuck really nicely. Getting these down here, that's a lot of fun. I've had the other side is just so difficult. I've worked in a lot of doors. I'll tell you what, man, these are very restrictive. All right, so same kind of process for down here. You know, you need to get them down. You want to get as much as possible. You want as full coverage as possible. But like that piece is now to here, right from here to there. But I'm left with that same problem. I got to get this paper peeled off while it's down in the door. So. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's awesome. I'm happy with that one. It's going well. So you can see, is it easy? No. Is it so hard I'm crying uncle? Also, no. This is actually going pretty quick. So I'm going to keep doing this. And the one thing this doesn't do is bend. So it's not going to like, my door does this. So I can't have a single piece for that. I have to two-piece it. But even though I'm going to two-piece it, I'm still going to make sure I take my time. Oh, yeah. And get it just right. I mean, if Goldilocks was here, she'd be pretty happy with me right now. There's a large piece to try to work with. If you find yourself struggling with large pieces, by all means, just cut it in half. Work with 2 smaller pieces instead. Now, I'm actually going to be able to fit this in, I think, in a single piece. I hope I don't. Well, you know what? I think I can, but I'm not gonna. Instead, this is not the knife that I was using for this. The box knife I was using to do this elsewhere did a much tidier job. Yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle. So I can just fit this one up in. This one's gonna fit well. Because now I'm getting to the point where I can access it. Whoop. Let's see what I'm doing. All right, we'll do that, and then I'll fit one in there. Now, I have this other clip here that's for the wire that I want to pull off. Tools that would do a better job than this one, but so pull this out of the way because that was going to mess with me, right? So I have 2 options. I can do these in 2 pieces or 1. I think I'm going to do it in 2. So that way I can work with pieces that are more reasonable. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, yeah, I got a couple more of these to put in. I can go ahead and just kind of put them in facing, paper facing out so I don't forget. And I gotta fit this in. I gotta fit in some more there. I'll probably end up cutting these up, but I'm gonna grab a different knife for that. So we're almost done with our installation. I've got a couple more pieces cut and just figured I'd give you another like zoomed in look of what this is like. So we can see we got our adhesive as we peel that back. And I can't let it touch anything, but I actually wanted to get it down in, so I have to very intentionally stick it on. Now, that looked easy because I did it deliberately. This one, I know I need to hold it back and then drop it in. And that's how I want to get some sound protection up there. I don't think that's going to hit the window. I think we're going to be fine. So remember, I can do what I did before. And one thing I have noticed is you can peel the adhesive off if you grab a corner and start peeling the adhesive. And that's just the nature of how thin that adhesive is. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because it bonds with the foam immediately. So what I can decide is this going to be an example where I feed it in and peel it off? I think the answer is yes. So now I'm in. And I know I want to be right about there. So I can peel this back. stuff pretty good again, didn't you? So can I peel it? I might actually be able to work that in without having that in. All right. And I can't use another hand to help me. There we go. Look at that. All right. So I also have a piece here. This is one of the rectangular pieces that's in the door, in that W shape, remember? And if you recall, what I did with the other ones is kind of get it ready and then just flip it around. Because this would touch a bunch of stuff if I didn't have the plastic on it first. So that's pulled off. And we want to, there we go, that one's on. I have down on the bottom, down here I have some. I got this one here. And this will pretty much round out the use of Guardian in these doors. And we got, so you can see we tore a little bit of that adhesive there. You just gotta be deliberate and careful. Come in at an angle, come in and down. All right. So now that we've got, I actually have a well right here that I would like to get some more absorption in. But hey, that gives me an opportunity to show you how I cut it. So you can cut it a couple different ways. I do have a straight edge over there that I will use. These are pretty thin. My first cut is with a little bit larger blade so I can get through the foam. And then, as Nick mentions in his videos, you're just going to use a box knife. And it's just the ends that want to fight you. Here we go. Same thing. Let's go ahead and get that peel. All right. Work it in. Pull it off. And stick it on. There we go. So, now we have a door that is filled with Guardian. Next thing to do is deaden it. Now, luckily we have pieces that I've cut from the other side and saved. So I'm going to be using paper to make templates. And we'll show that in a cut because I'm not going to let this video continue. Our doors have Guardian. Next, we need to deaden the front of them and then seal them up, install speakers, all that stuff. And stay tuned, and thanks for watching.